Who's first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
Me.
Both of y'all actually.
Welcome to Shooting the Shit with Rhonda and T. Tonight we are reviewing Love and Marriage Huntsville, Season 6, Episode 28, For the Love of All Heaven.
Oh no, he's
D.
coming.
Excuse me, sir. Can you tell the people what to do?
Smack that thumb up button, subscribe to our channel.
So sorry to interrupt your video game.
Yeah,
Child.
that's what's going on. All right.
This won't take long. So, I mean, there's 28 episodes. That's too wet. That's too many.
Child.
Anyway, we still at the pool hall.
Right.
Because Stormy over there calling Marcel a bitch, and he's explaining to her how he ain't with her culture, and she getting her feelings because she thinks he's being condescending, and he is. But I mean, I feel like, girl, you keep calling a man a bitch, and he said he don't like it, and you and Courtney over there trying to justify that nonsense. She in there mad still at Tisha, talking about she already had decided that she don't fool with them. So then why are we here?
So she should have called it off. What happened was she left that meeting, and then she went home and was like,
That bitch.
she tried to play me. Yeah, yeah.
And then they came an hour and a half late, and they were like, oh, they really think they funny.
Yeah, yeah. But when she had her aha, that's what she should have been like, you know what? Never mind.
Never mind.
Yeah.
I had an aha while we was leaning over them dusty chairs, and she was like, bitch, I sold stuff. I sold a lot. So, oh well, girl. That's when I would have been like, you know what? Rather than hit you upside the head with this bar stool, I'm gonna leave. Tisha's in her confessional talking about Stormy likes to say things, and then when she's confronted about it, she doesn't like to take accountability.
Yeah, both ways. Right back at you.
Tisha
Right back at you.
is not really known for accountability, but hey, that's not why we're
even
here.
Your man told you that, but you know, what do we know?
I mean, not a whole lot, apparently. She was sitting up there like, she's so funny. She was sitting up there just looking so sassy with her long wavy hair.
It's too much. It's too much.
I was like, oh, she had to lean back on that table because the boosty was tight. It'd be tight around waist. Anyway, I've been trying to avoid this conversation, but go ahead. Let's get into it. Kimmy and Maurice are having a surprise sex therapist. I knew you couldn't wait to get to this conversation. Kimmy tells Maurice that, she's invited a sex therapist over, and he's like, listen, all your problems are in your head, girl. Your body still worked the way it worked. This is a functioning machine over here. It's not, bend over. Duh.
That this man talk to her like that, and she just be like, but babe, it's
she doing that.
Like that.
She doing that in the beginning, and we just didn't notice it. I feel
she's always done that. She just don't talk to the girls like that.
So I guess we
always
definitely not.
Like
definitely not.
But the thing was, he wasn't being so much of an asshole, so you didn't.
We were clouded by all the shit Martell had going on, so we wasn't paying attention to him. Because I'm like, when did this start happening?
Yeah.
Well, the sex therapist separates them. She takes them in different rooms, which I thought was a good idea, so they could go ahead and be honest about their feelings, their true feelings. Thing is, Maurice was over there being honest, but Kimmy was definitely not being honest. She was over there lying on behalf of Maurice because I think she wants to convince the therapist and us that he's actually not that bad of a guy. You know what I'm saying?
Right. He double downs on it every chance he gets.
Everything. Every time.
Like, come on.
He'd triple down if you ask him one more time. I'm just saying. Soon as the therapist came out of there, he was like, I'm fixed. I'm better. She agreed with me. And that's how he heard it. The lady was like, I did. So she's trying to get to understand, what is their intimacy even like? And Kimmy says, I'm on like a 2 or 3 times a week, schedule, and he's more on a 2 or 3 times a day schedule. And I feel like if he's lucky enough to be getting it 2 or 3 times a week, that's one lucky ass nigga. I don't know what to say. Like, there's a lot
That's
of things
not,
to factor
excuse
into that week.
Do you feel like you're being forced that you have to do it 2 or 3 times a day? Like how if he's so busy and he can't he's this big time lawyer, how is he even managing to get it in 2 or 3 times a day? Is he coming home from lunch and you're required to give it to him? Like that sounds very concerning.
3 times a week sounds like a lot. I'm sorry. Like, I'm gonna go ahead and
But
say
a
it. I want you.
day.
That's just nonsense. That's
That's
just
what I'm saying.
nonsense.
How is that even happening?
Listening to that makes my coochie hurt. Like, that's hard. That's gonna be
Because I'm like, that
sore.
sounds like force. I'm being, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't sound cool.
That's
Like,
why I said 3 times a week. I said for myself personally, you better hope I'm not mad. Because if I'm mad, that's 3 days out the week. And then you got them other 2. And what's gonna be happening? Am I tired? And you know what I mean? Like, if when you in the beginning stages, yeah, I think that sounds normal because y'all are
all
always
day,
hot for
humping
each
like
other.
rabbits. Yeah.
Right. And I feel like sometimes y'all as in we,
Yeah.
all of us. I think sometimes you had those days where you just be like, it's one of those days. We gonna 2 or 3 time it this
Right.
day. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, she's full of shit. And they need to stop. But here we are, still talking about this shit. Maury sat up there and compared her issue to an eating disorder. And I was like, make me understand what that means. I don't understand.
Maurice acting like he's the one who went to medical school. I thought that was Kimmy.
Well, his analogy was stupid. So maybe he should go back. That's
Mm.
not the same thing. That's not the same thing. However you put it, because again, like comparing it to anorexia, like you're trying to say it's in a person's head. And I guess some of it is in their head, but not all of it, because that's a physical medical issue.
Yeah. And she's a woman of a certain age. Dr. Jackie and them over there getting O shots. You know what I'm saying?
Not Kimmy, because she over here trying to keep up. That's why I know she's a liar. I mean, at the end of the day, people who go through chemo can't even muster up an appetite.
Exactly.
Not only that, if I'm not, like liking you like that.
And she's not, because he's pissing her off. Because every time we see her, she's complaining. So it just don't work like that.
I'm not even attracted to you in this moment.
Exactly.
Well, the intimacy test. The lady told them to rate their intimacy. Maurice said his is a 2, and Kimmy said hers is a 4. And I was like, see, you over here lying. He said it's a 2, and you trying to make it seem.
Trying to match it.
Did she think he was going to say 4? She didn't think he was going to say 2. And he's confusing intimacy with not getting to have some every 2 or 3 times a day.
Yep.
The therapist says, is he insensitive to your needs? And Kimmy was like, well, I don't think it's that he's insensitive to my needs. I think it's more like that his needs are more of a priority.
Girl, if you don't have, I can't. I cannot.
She sits down with the both of them, the doctor, and she says that to Maurice, so he can hear loud and clear, chemo has a devastating effect on the body. Not just in her head, like she's physically going through some things. And it's going to take a while and some patience to get back on track.
Mm-mm.
Can we be done now? Like, they sit on each other's lap and they decide that they're going to look into each other's eyes and talk about things to get more intimate with one another. Are we done? Can we finish? Is that it?
Please.
Okay.
I'm done.
We over at the Cowboy Bar. Everybody's invited. The Fletchers are invited everybody over to the Cowboy Bar. She passing out cowboy hats. They just all look so uncomfortable in them hats. I was like, can everybody stop? Nobody's supposed to do this to their cowboy hat. They just kept, I was like, can y'all stop? That's not how you do a cowboy hat. Why is you pushing it all down?
Pushing
You're
it down is
supposed
supposed to have the love.
it's supposed to,
Right.
golly. That's how you know. I mean, it's Cowboys in Florida. Apparently, Alabama is short on Cowboys.
I mean, you would think that they was Alabama. You know what I'm saying? At least Stormy got horses. We seen
she
them
don't have
running
no
around.
hats. And she
Child.
looked really cute. Like the hat, the hair, the whole thing. She looked really cute, by the way, Stormy.
Mhm.
Speaking of Stormy, she ain't speaking. That's what she do.
Stormy goes straight to I ain't speaking to you. But Tisha,
Stop.
who do that? Who do that? We just got to a whole argument. I'm gonna come up be like, hey,
No, you're not.
don't touch me.
Stop. Like it's funny as it is because Stormy was just doing that to Mel. Now it's Tisha's turn, and I was like, as funny as it is that Stormy doesn't speak to people. Tisha, don't come hug me. Cut it out. We're not cool. We girl. I believe the last thing I said to you was, I don't fuck with you like that. Mel hates Martell. He comes in the room and she's all cringe, and I get it. And Mel also looks good. Stormy looks cute. Mel looks cute.
Why is we doing this trip with Mel and Martell?
Because they're part of the core six, and that core six got to be on things together.
No, we don't.
Yeah, they do.
No, we don't.
Everybody has to come. We're not taking no for an answer. We're friends with everyone. We're in the middle with the Fletchers in the middle.
No, we're not.
Yeah, we are.
No. One person has to stay.
No. I want Mel to come and Fletch wants Martell to come.
You can't do that.
Yeah, we are.
Because the thing is, you make it uncomfortable for everybody. Have you ever been around that couple? Because I have. Have you ever been around that couple that's always arguing and it makes it so uncomfortable for everybody else? Like, we're not going to have fun.
Well, I think they used to be that couple, but Mel doesn't even acknowledge this nigga no more. He keeps saying,
but it's still an uncomfortable situation.
I wouldn't be uncomfortable. I'd be like, so.
You wouldn't. Not in real life.
Yeah, in real life.
You wouldn't want to sit around that. You'd be like,
yeah, I would.
No, you would. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I would. Anyway, they're all going, and Stormy's like, I don't know, like about Marceau, and Marceau's like, I don't give a shit. We didn't know them yesterday. We don't have to, it's fine.
Yeah, because the crew is with him. You know what I'm saying?
With Marceau.
Yeah. So he don't give a fuck. Cause
I feel like Courtney could be
them
on the crew, but Courtney's energy is gonna be whatever Stormy's energy is. And I mean, not everybody wants to play with Marceau. I wouldn't want to be dealing with him. Like in real life.
We're talking about, you got the Scotts and you got Fletch and you got Martell. They're not really cool with Courtney. So yeah, he don't give, you know what I'm saying? Marceau don't give a damn because these are his people.
These are all his people.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's not gonna be uncomfortable for him.
Well, but Stormy, there's that. And so this is what you did. You came through here on this show, right? And you and Mel kind of fell out. So that's not a thing because you don't be speaking. And then they still all speak to each other. As much as they don't like each other, they all, it's fake and phony, but where you at? Because now you don't mess with Marceau and Tisha. So that's 3 people. Who are you going to talk to? Just Kimmy? She's a Scott. So that ain't really going to work.
Just what's her name? That's why they're bringing on the trip.
Well, and yeah, they should bring her. They should definitely bring her. Anyway, what's her name? Kimmy is like, she's the other friend whisperer. So she takes Stormy to the side. I was like, it ain't even that serious, but she takes Stormy to the side.
Already know. Tisha done already called you on the phone and told you the whole thing.
The whole story. Nell is over there, her and Mel trying to get the tea from Tisha. Tisha's like, oh, I'm good. We're good. Tisha always say things are good. No, it's not good, Tisha.
It's not good.
Not good.
It's not.
Um,
Well, she didn't care because it was like shit. I don't. She said she made some money off of it. I don't give a damn. I made money.
I
I
mean,
don't care.
okay, girl.
I don't care if you got flat because people thought that I had teamed up with you. I don't care. I'm used to not being liked.
And this, I was just going to say, she's used to people not liking her. So,
Mhm.
you know, that ain't new. Um, she's feeling some type of way because I thought we were past this. And why is Stormy like saying anything to Mel? Well, I mean, everybody was talking about it. I don't know that Stormy said something to Mel directly. I know
I'm
everybody
like,
heard
Stormy ain't talked to Mel.
that happen. But because Mel didn't say she told me, she said, "Oh yeah, I heard about that." I think that's what she said. I
No,
don't
she
remember
heard from
her.
Kiki.
Mel did.
Kiki, the
Right.
one
But
who
I
brought
didn't
it
hear
up.
Mel say Stormy told her that. She said,
She
"Oh
did.
yeah, I heard about that." And so
Yeah.
Tisha took it as, why is she telling Mel? Well, she didn't have to. The people been in the street talking about it, girl. That's why you should tell that lady you're sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, Stormy is like, listen, they like start off just like today. They start off with good energy and then they change up. Yeah, because ultimately Marcel gonna be saying shit that he thinks is funny. Lou didn't receive him good, and Courtney really don't either. It's you know, the rest of them, that's his brother. So and Martell is gonna do whatever it
They
takes to
do dirt. They
spin.
do dirt
Yeah.
together. All
Um,
three of them.
Kimmy, no, we don't want another sit down. We don't want to sit down and have another conversation. Stormy says she done.
You
Yeah.
can't be
And
the
I
one to
mean,
do
it's
it
fine to
anyway.
be done. Be done.
And you can't be the one to facilitate that anyway.
No, she's not good at facilitating. We gave
No.
her a chance at the town hall, and that's where the shit went left. This is where
Yeah.
the shit started when she was supposed to be mediating things. When you think about it, Mel, you know, in that situation, who's not friends with really any of them either, but she continues to be cordial. So she'll be in the house. She'll be fine with Tisha and Marceau and Kimmy and all of that. And then, so Stormy, who are you going to talk to? Because it's going to be weird. Well, I mean, yeah. It just seems like, okay, so you're going to sit yourself in a situation with a bunch of people, like you said, they're all cool and not Courtney. And then you go sit around and do what? Have the stank face and, you know.
She
So
got Kiki.
Kimmy says that Stormy and Stormy and Marcel are similar. Like he gaslights and she gaslights. And I was like, no, I think it's different. I think he gaslights and she's passive aggressive.
She likes to, she could talk it, but she don't like to take it.
Yeah, but I feel like it's always coming from somewhere with her. She doesn't like to take it. I don't think he cares one way or the other. He's ready for it when he say the shit, but he is a gaslighter. He wants you to believe some shit you know is not true.
Yeah.
Stormy will be in her feelings, won't say anything about it, but will make these little passive aggressive comments where you like, wait, well, what is going on? So yeah, they both like be talking
She just
shit.
don't like your response to what she
Well, I
said.
mean, and then she throws a tantrum and leaves the room.
Yeah.
Stormy.
Just says she don't like she don't like will come back with it. She gonna say it, but she don't like the comeback.
But then she doesn't want you to be fake. She doesn't want you to be fake. She doesn't want to be ignored. You better not say something back. So what do you want, Stormy?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they kind of separate in the little bar. The guys are sitting around at the table. They like, we gonna have fun as long as we separate from the girls. And I was like, that's kind of true. Like, I feel like this particular trip, this trip right here needs to be boys and girls trip. Martell said he don't have no woman to separate from, and Maurice is like, you ain't bringing one, you know, through the side, through the back door, or however. And Chris is like, not only you not have one, you don't. The one you had don't even have your last name no more. And Martell is like, yeah, that's how it's supposed to be. And Maurice is like, not how you was over here talking about hope, Melody, hope. And Chris was like, yeah, she had a whole ceremony to remove your name. And Courtney's like, they had a ceremony? Yep, she did. Mel just let them know, look, I'll come. It's fine. Just keep me away from Martell. Don't be doing that shit that, trying to put us on teams and stuff together and
Right.
just the real thing. So don't do that. And I'm like, I respect it. Then Nell got her cute self on that bull. And I was like,
And Marcel lost his shit.
I was like, Nell is so much fun. Like,
I
we
was
should have
like,
picked her
Tisha,
instead of
Marcel don't look
Tiffany.
at you like that.
Ever.
Never.
I don't care how many bustiers she put on.
Never.
I was like, look at Nell between the two girls. And Chris was just like, ha ha. They're just fun. I was like, why didn't we get them instead of the Whitlows? Like we could have did this a long time ago.
Because Mel brought her in to be messy as fuck. That's what her role was.
Brought Tiffany in.
Tiffany.
It didn't work out, Tiffany. You didn't do it right. It's an art to it. She don't have it. So we're to Houston, child. We are all the way to Houston. We were waiting to get to this trip for a long ass time. That was a beautiful house. It made me want to do a trip, like you know what I'm saying? A little thing. I've never been to Houston.
Houston.
I think I would like it. And I'm not a Texas person, but I feel like
Houston probably a beautiful place.
I feel like Houston would be my jive. Everybody starts to arrive. Mel gets there, probably to see where her room is to get, she done had this conversation with Nell. She need to have it with Chris. Don't play with me. Don't play. We don't play in no Martell games. And no sooner than she said that, here he comes. So she's showing, Nell is showing her where her room is. Martell come in with his nothing to do ass self and his new eyes. Like we'd get to see his eyes without the,
Oh, I didn't even pay that no attention.
Yeah, we know he has surgery. I don't know. Anyway, she comes out and he's like, "Hey, Mel," and she says nothing. And so he makes it a point, "Hey, Mel," she like two-fingered this nigga. And he in the confessional talking about, I don't see any problem with saying hi to Mel. And I'm like, yeah, she doesn't want to say hi to you though. Like
all the
leave her
stuff
alone.
that y'all going through at this time when all this is typing, I'm supposed to be like, "Hey, Martell."
No, leave her alone. She hates you.
No.
So they get to the rooms. The Scotts have adjoining rooms. There's a Jack and Jill bathroom, Kimmy. I don't know what you that was a beautiful house. At the end of the day,
it's a house.
Who else would you be sharing with?
Right.
How many bathrooms do you think they're gonna have in this house? And I've had a Jack and Jill bathroom in my apartment before, and my mother's house had that. You just lock the door. You just lock the door on the other side. It's not that serious. It's not like somebody gonna walk in on you. Lock the damn door. I'd have to share a bathroom with Marcel. Well, how long are you gonna be there, Kimmy? Girl. You got to share with Maurice too. That can't be a pleasure. Anyway, we have this little moment where Kimmy and Maurice are, I don't know, doing their therapy homework, and she's sitting there telling him how he embarrassed her down to the Carlos King.
Indeed.
And then he turned around, embarrassed her again on the talking over there with Funky Dineva and Claudia and them. And she needs to say sorry. He needs to say sorry to her mother. And I'm like, her mother haven't called already and said,
she did. And that's
so embarrassing
for us? Her mama. That was embarrassing to her son, who got to look at you. And we ain't seen him.
I think Jalen ain't really been feeling Maurice for a long time.
I was gonna say that we ain't seen him. He seemed like he ain't dealing with him.
Yeah, he's when his mama got sick, then
Yeah.
I guess Kimmy, she needs him to say sorry. Do you need him to say sorry? Is that gonna make you like him?
What difference does it make if he doubled down on it? He said what he said. And
the way they acted out, like what he was gonna say, was so condescending. And
yeah, it's like I'm gonna tell you this speech, but in the next scene, I'm gonna tell you it's all in your mind. So, what difference if he say he's sorry? He's still in everything telling you it's just in your head, and everything worked fine.
I would prefer they have these conversations after work. I don't want to talk about it anymore. And I mean, I guess, well, when you weigh things out, do you want to talk about Maurice and Kimmy's sex life, or do you want to talk about how Tisha's over here telling Marceau that she got a pregnancy test?
The whole thing that he came up with in the first place.
This was
to make
his
it seem
script.
like,
This was his script. This
yeah.
is what sealed it for me. Did you see him do this?
I can't.
She said she leaving. If you ask me for a blood test, I'ma leave you.
She say that every season that she's been on here, she didn't tell him I will leave your ass, but she ain't did shit yet.
Well, she's not pregnant.
We know that.
And so now we're gonna have all these men sitting around talking about how likely it is for your woman to cheat on you because Tisha went out here and had a pregnancy test on her husband who had a vasectomy.
Yeah, I'm trying to flip this. It's so sickening.
We already know Tisha stopped there and told us that she don't know how to be sassy. So she don't know how to be sassy for her husband. How she gonna be sassy for somebody out here in these streets? He was like, "Oh my God, I feel like you're Marceling Marceau." Is that what she did?
I guess.
That's it. That's where it ended. Next week we're gonna find out how, well, like you said, how Nell invited Kiki, and I'm here for it. Like everybody's fine with Kiki except for Marcel and Tisha, and Stormy needs somebody to play with because she don't like any of the rest of those people.
So all this drama that's going on right now with Mel is about this right here with Kiki. About this upcoming, you ain't heard all this drama in the streets?
Listen, I know she was over here. I ain't even gonna say his name. I know she was over here with a live directed towards another YouTuber, and I tried to listen to it, and she kept talking about demons and things, and I was like, she doesn't get to it, and it took her too long to get to it. So I just was like,
I listened to the whole thing, and it was
hers.
Yeah.
So once she got past the demons, then what did he do? What
he didn't do anything. It was he had asked the question, if you found out that she did something, would you react or would you condone if you found out she did something? And it has something to do with this episode. But
you found out who did something. Mel did something? Her people the people that like Mel, they're not gonna find out.
Well, that was the question. That was the question. Would you condone her if you found out something? Here's the thing. He was one of these millimeters too. He was male.
But he went up in his house, which I thought was disrespectful.
That's what I said. He was one of these millimeters. He was those I'll do anything for you male type person. And then she turned around and for whatever they had their disagreement, and she set her millimeters on this dude. Is y'all gonna take that? Is y'all gonna allow him? You guys are mandated reporters and y'all need to call this man job, and they did.
Wait. She said that on her live to call his job?
Absolutely. Absolutely. She sent these people after her, and they did. And they did. And I was sitting up here like, y'all is so sickening for this.
It's strange. It's strange because I'm like, I mean, we done seen people like down to Stormy's warehouse. Nothing in me wants to go do any of that. Like,
I don't understand. This
and I remember when he went over to Destiny's house, who Destiny at that point was getting on my nerves, but I was like, why is you at her house? Like, that's doing too much. That's like crossing the line as far as I'm concerned. For what? You're not interested in buying the house. Just for you to come back and report, like, I don't know what's going on with her, LeBaric. I don't care really about the details to that extent. Like, it's just whatever's on the show. That's what we talk about, whatever's on the show. But the people be over there, and I'm like, are these people all from Huntsville? Like, I don't really understand
I feel like he is.
He
I feel
is,
like
but
he's
I'm
in
like,
that
it's a
area.
whole lot of like, it's strange. It's like Beehive.
It is very much beehivage. It's weird. It's weird.
Like I
I
just
didn't like
say,
it. I'm gonna tell you right now,
I
I
like
didn't like it. I don't like this. You know, God don't play about me, but I'm gonna go try to go after another person. I don't like that superiority. It's all
girl,
about
I told
me.
you, I was like, I can't sit here and listen to her talk about demons and things. Like, I mean, not. I just was like,
And then you acting like a demon.
let's get to the point. Like, it was taking too
It
long to
wasn't
get
no
to the
point. These two talk to each other back and forth, like he's sending her. And that's another thing. Why was y'all sending these people y'all don't even know messages, but then she responding back? So you guys are talking like you guys are friends. Now you making it seem like the dude is a stalker, but you was responding to the dude like, we are cool.
Well,
It's
I
too
would
much.
say him, like a lot of people, his channel probably built a lot around this show because I feel like he probably got a lot of following for
He did.
covering it
He did.
because
She told people to follow him. So they
oh,
did.
she
And then
did
she told people not to. So
to
they
go
didn't.
after him.
So they didn't.
Yeah, I don't want to get that involved. I do feel like
Yeah.
I mean, even for us, I do realize like this show gets a lot of attention because people like it. And we still here talking about it, even though it's 28 episodes and that's far too many episodes for y'all to be doing. And I think from now on we should stop at 15 at least because this is too damn much. But anyway,
I don't even want to do the show, but that's why I don't review it. But that's why I leave that up to you. Because I was done with it. Yeah, but I refuse to take notes. I was done with it after last season. I was so over this show.
But we still here. But not enough to be like, I just don't understand. Like, y'all, I guess y'all, like, I got real stuff to do in my life. I can't be following. Y'all follow.
And I subscribe to this dude channel. The only reason why is because the only thing I knew about the dude, I didn't know about any of the thing is because the Kiki interview. That's what put me over there. That's how I listened to all of this stuff. And then the whole thing, the whole beef really don't even have nothing to do with this dude. It has something to do with Kiki and her mama. I'm like, what in the world?
It was too many crumbs to follow.
It's about
like I said, I listened to her for a minute
episode.
and I was like, if she doesn't get to it, then I was like, never mind, I don't care.
It's about this upcoming episode. And then Kiki don't like the way she's being treated. And so she put it out there.
Kiki,
yeah.
Are you riding? Do you want it? Hey, where's D? I'm done.
D, you gonna close us out. All right, with my child.
Is that crazy? What are you celebrating? What is the balloons for?
Try it again. You can do it again.
Smack that thumbs up button, subscribe to our channel.
All right.